Welcome to Conversations with Dr. Harriet and our special guest, Dr. Mildred Summerville. How are you?
I'm fine, truly blessed.
Well, I'm so happy that you are here with us today. For the few people who may not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am the founder of Tall One Outreach Ministries, where I currently serve as the CEO. I am a retired administrator who started a second career as a producer, promoter, and a playwright. That kind of sums up what I do right now.
Okay, we're going to be talking a lot about that a little bit later. Our topic for today is giving back, the importance of community outreach. But before we get into our topic, I just want to talk about some of the things that you were doing. I put my little glasses on so I can see, but you are a professional educator, retired middle school teacher, a principal, former principal in the North Carolina school system, and an advocate for children. You have a devotion to student outreach, which I love that. You also have a passion for ministry, and you are an active member of the Mount Calvary Word Faith Church in Raleigh, North Carolina, where Pastor Shirley Caesar, is a pastor, and you're also her armor bearer. And you also have gotten into doing promoting concerts. So you promoted headliners like Pastor Caesar, F.C. Barner, Albertina Walker, wow, those names, Dorothy Norwood, the Williams brothers, the Sensational Nightingales, the late Troy Sneed, oh my goodness, and so many more that are listed. And I love that you said in your bio that you're committed to making a difference. Also, you've served as a coach, an athletic director, a lead teacher, and a curriculum specialist. And also, gosh, you've done so much within the school system. And I love that you are a playwright as well. And you had an award-winning stage play called "Spare the Rod, Spoil the Child." Tell us a little bit about that play.
Okay, well, Spare Child touches on issues within the community such as family dysfunction, peer pressure, substance abuse, and other pertinent matters that are too often inadequately addressed. We have a young woman, I call a young woman, simply known as Grandma, serve as the pillar of her surroundings. And in the play, her son's family is in crisis, and those within the neighborhood are drowning in chronic troubles of their own. But through prayer, Grandma seeks God on their behalf. And for those, especially those that are not spiritually inclined to seek Him for themselves. And when the walls of their lives of those around Grandma seem to be coming tumbling down, they know what to do. They call on Grandma for guidance and sound counseling. And she was just a pillar of everybody, not just Grandma to her family. She was Grandma to everybody in the community. And I think every community always have a grandma.
That's right. They do. Isn't that something? Someone that's praying for you. There's
Yes,
always, yes, every family has a grandma, and that's what we're missing in today's life. I cannot wait to see the play. I know you've been in so many different cities, and you've been in Charlotte and Raleigh, and gosh, a little bit of everywhere you've done, and have won awards for the play. So we can't wait. Make sure you let us know the next time the play is going coming, so we can come and definitely support it. I would love that. Also, you founded Wilson Idol. Tell us about Wilson Idol. Tell us a little bit about that.
well, when I first started Wilson Idol, I just wanted to students to know that they can be successful in things that they do. Everybody cannot play, maybe be successful in basketball or cheerleader, football, or even soccer, but they had a talent and they just were thriving for a place to showcase that talent. And that's what we did. So I started that what I call called a community local competition, which was sponsored by Summerville Promotion Production Company and Tall One Outreach Ministry. This competition gave Wilson youth an opportunity to showcase their talent through song, through dance, through acting, through spoken words. And not only did they just showcase their talent, but if they won, they would get $1,000 and a
Oh,
trophy.
nice.
Opportunity to perform for my pastor, who is Pastor Shirley Caesar. So they were actually well taken care of for marketing and receiving prizes. And so that's why we started that. And not only that, I just think when children are successful in something they enjoy doing, they will be academically successful in school. They,
That is so true.
because they, like I said, everybody can't play basketball, football, or they're not athletically inclined. But a lot of athletes can't sing or
Right.
whatever. So everybody have a talent that they can share with the community. And this is what I try to give them that exposure. And we had, in fact, we coming up with a show coming November the 26th, and we'll talk about that a little later. But we have one of our Wilson Idol winners, Alea Jenkins, will open up the show November 26th.
Wow. How nice is that?
Greenville Convention Center featuring Dorinda Clark Cole, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, Kalante Gavin, you know,
Wow. And they'll be opening up for them for the concert.
yes, the winners.
Look at that opportunity.
Yeah, so they'll be
Wow.
given a lot of a good opportunity to continue to expose their talent, and that's what it's all about. We just don't want them to stop in the community. They go on to the Apollo Theater and they compete nationally. We hope that they'll compete internationally, but this is just to keep them motivated and to use that talent that God has given them and bless other people with it because I love to hear them sing. Oh,
Isn't it so wonderful? So wonderful. And I love that when you talked about, we're talking about community outreach and giving back. And I love that, that you found something that not only that's educational, but, something that the kids enjoy because like my son was an athlete and my daughters were athletes too. And I felt like it kept them busy. They gave us something else to do. So it wasn't all about church because we had them in church, they had to participate in the activities, but they did sports and it just kept them busy, and then by the time they got home they were so wore out they didn't have time to get in trouble. So that's what I always tell the people when I'm talking to parents, and out in the community, we have to keep our kids busy. And you're right. Everybody may not be an athlete, but then there is the band. There's singing, there's dance, there's, so many different things that they can do to showcase, debate. If they can't do the rest of it, get on the debate team. There's so many different things that they could do to keep them busy in the community. I love that. Absolutely love it.
and
So I'm sorry. I was just.
I want to say congratulations to the 2021 Wilson Idol winners.
Oh, absolutely. Tell us who they are.
First runner-up was Samuel Mayo, and the grand prize winner was Erica Atkinson. And this was our ninth year. And I'm
Wow.
so excited because we have had just total support with the community in doing this. And anytime you get the chief of police and you get the sheriff, the county manager, the city
Wow.
there to support everything you do in the community for the youth, then I don't take it lightly.
That
I'm
is so wonderful.
excited about it. And I said, because of your work, you may not get paid because we know that community service is a non,
Right.
but you doing it to impact and make a global difference in your community. So you're not looking for a pay, but somewhere down the line, you will get paid. I always tell people, who would have thought that I would receive 2 lifetime President Achievement Awards.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about that.
Call One Outreach Ministry and for J&L Summerville Academy. You see, J&L Summerville Academy was named in the memory of my parents. And that was for students that basically that had gotten suspended so I could provide a safe haven for them, and the opportunity to continue their education during their suspension. This
Wow. That is so good.
despite what anyone may say, we have to continue to believe even when they're out on suspension, they still can succeed. They made a mistake, but they need that outlet. They need a safe haven. So students who successfully completed Somerville Academy were given academic and attendance credit and were reinstated back into their schools.
Oh, wow. And
And
that's so needed because so many times a child will make a mistake and they basically just throw them away. They put them in alternative schools and a lot of these kids have just made a bad decision on that day and are good kids and come from good families. So I love that. Congratulations on that. It's so needed. So tell me a little bit about that. You said you had 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards?
yes, I had one from Barack Obama Lifetime Achievement Award and Joe Biden, and that's basically in recognition for 4,500 hours of service. And that's when I was saying that community service is a non-paying job. Some people wonder why they don't receive lifetime achievement award, but if you get paid for everything you do in the community, that's that's not volunteering and that's not warrant a lifetime achievement award. And I've been doing this over for about 30 years. And who would have thought that I would receive Lifetime Achievement Award because I was not doing it to get any type of recognition or what have you, but there was somebody looking at the work that I was doing. And I always say that song we sing sometime at funeral, let the work I have done speak for me. And I just thank God the work that I have done in the community here in Wilson, North Carolina, and has spoken for me with 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards. And in the my career doing community service, I have gotten over 30 awards.
Oh,
Just
that's so wonderful.
that's my second career, not education. This was just community service. I decided when I retired, I was not ready to sit down. That I still, God still had work for me to do. And my father was a holiness minister, but my my ministry was not in the pulpit. It was outreach, and that's what started in the Somerville Academy. It was James and Leonta Somerville Academy, which were named in memory of my parents.
Right.
Yes,
It is so wonderful. Wow. And you know what? Then you're so right. People think that, well, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a speaker, I'm not this, I'm not that. But ministry can be just working in the community.
yes,
Ministry is more important whenever you're working in the community. It's not all the time in the 4 walls of the church. And so, we have to realize a lot of times we're touching more people when we're out and about in our community doing the outreach. And then who knows that your love and that you're giving out to the community will bring people to God. They'll see God in you. Although you're not in the church, they'll see the God that you were promoting within your heart. So I love that.
yes. That's and the play came about to help support the Somerville Academy, help support Wilson Idol. That was a mere fundraiser to help support, to come in, bring funds in to help support the outreach ministry. And who would have thought that that play would become a multi-award winning play? Who would have thought that I would contract professional headliners such as Pastor Shirley Caesar, Leandra Johnson, Sean McLemore, rest in peace. We just lost him a few weeks ago. but he will always be in our hearts and our memories.
Absolutely.
And Fame or Melvin Williams, Dorinda Clark Cole, just to name a few. And
Wow.
I would have thought that Sister Cantaloupe, the queen of gospel comedy, would be directing my play.
Isn't that something?
That's to God.
It's something.
And I just get so excited because I wanted to do the play. And my first play was at Fife High School. That's the high school that I graduated from. And
Oh,
so, yeah, so now I go and I always use that phrase. Who would have thought my play would be performed in such venues as the Lincoln Theater in D.C.,
wow. That is so awesome.
Raleigh, the River Center in Columbus, Georgia, Carolina Theater in Durham, and the Ovens Auditorium in Charlotte, North Carolina? No, if you had told me this would happen, I would say no. But who did it? God did it. He knew
God did it.
all this,
God did it.
well, even though I didn't know it was going to happen, but God did it. So He put me on the map, and I have that national flair now with my play for having, you know, such renowned artists as my headliners. And my very first play, to have Pastor Shirley Caesar, for her to have enough confidence in me to say, yeah, I want to be in that play. And
That's
like
wonderful.
I don't take it lightly at all.
And you know what else I love about that, Dr. Somerville, is that, you followed your dreams.
Yes.
You know, how many people, I mean, you were in the school system for all those years. You could have just retired and just traveled all over the world and not even look back at your community or even, starting over to do something else and just to follow your dreams and to write a play, not even knowing that how God was going to bless that play. So I just admire you so much for that and even encouraging. Everyone else who's watching today, we have listeners from all around the world, all in Africa and Australia and Canada, all through the United States, of course. And, we just want to encourage them to, it's never too late to follow your dreams.
No,
Isn't that true?
never too late. But one of my favorite scripture is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if you believe in God, put all your trust in God and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all that you do. You will be successful because He will direct your path, and I'm a living witness of that. Just have to,
That is so wonderful.
yes, you just have to put Him first in everything you do. And
I
I
love that.
know.
And I know you are doing that. So I want to talk about really quick the Tall One Ministries. Tell us how that came about, the name Tall One.
Well, Tall One is a nickname that Pastor Shirley gave me, and serving as her armor bearer. I'm 6'1" and she was 5'1", and just helping her in the process of putting on her robe and just doing things. And she has to walk behind me and leading her into the church and just praying and doing whatever I need to do, whatever her needs are, and to make sure we make it easy for her to preach the word. And she would look up, and I'll never forget. She said, "How tall are you?" Well, that particular Sunday, I think I had on about a 4-inch heel.
Oh, wow.
Four. And she just started calling me Tall One, and it's 25 years ago. So in 2001, I started Tall One Outreach Ministry, and it was really teaching academic for life, learning one outreach ministry. Tall One actually was an acronym, and it was just done on a small scale, providing educational support service for the at-risk kids. And that's when the alternative school came about for suspended children. If they had, like I said, a 3 or 5 or 10 day suspension, they could come to my academy, get credit for being in school, and they wouldn't get behind academically, and they stay on their graduation track. So that was the main thing to help them, because you make mistakes, and
Right.
but they just need a second chance, and that was to give them a second chance through Tall One, and it officially Tall One. J&L Summerville Academy was under the umbrella of Tall One, and J&L Summerville Academy was James and Lee Alter Summerville. Those are my parents. So everything was done in their memory and their honor, because I always tell the children, home was my first classroom, and my parents were my first teachers. So I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Reverend James and Leanna Somerville. So everything I do is
Wonderful.
on memory.
That is so wonderful. And, apparently they put that spirit of community outreach in you. And, that's what we need to do for our kids. Our kids need to see us working. They need to see us in the community. They need to see us, feeding the homeless and, taking items to the shelters. And they need to see us working, because what it does, it puts that spirit inside of them. And I noticed even with my own kids, because I've always done community outreach, and my kids is in their spirit. So, during the holidays, they're like, okay, who can I bless? They're looking for people to bless. Even during the year, they go through their closet, and they'll say somebody needs these items that I'm not wearing. And so, like I said, we have to really teach our kids early on about how important it is to give back and the importance of community outreach. Talk about that for a minute, how just people can get involved in community outreach. What would they need to do for someone who I've wanted to do something, but I don't know how? What would be your suggestion for that person?
They have a lot of community outreach through churches, and you do not have to belong to a church to do community outreach, to join forces with them to help them with their food bank or clothes giveaway or toys giveaway. And normally, if you just check around in your community, you have a lot of churches that giving food away every Wednesday or every Thursday. They have some activities going on through different community services, or I mean community organizations that you can join forces and and become a volunteer, because they need food delivered,
Right.
they help, or better yet, we have a lot of students that need tutoring. We got a lot of retired teachers. They can tutor students in math or reading, science. They could give back to the community with their skills. You got a lot of individuals that want to be musicians. You got a lot of retired music teachers. They could give back to the community by having a little music camp, because a lot of these children and the parents just do not have the funds to
Right.
get to summer camps or music camps or what have you. So, and then you can go on the internet, you do on Facebook, they're always advertising community organization within your area. Because I'm looking for volunteers myself. So you can come, anybody, and you don't have to live in that area. I do a lot of virtual things as well. So those of you that want to join forces with Tall One Outreach Ministry or Somerville Academy, you can inbox me, or you can send email to Somerville Academy at gmail.com, and just say, I want to be an ambassador. I call it ambassador for the youth. I'm looking for 100 ambassadors. And you can live in different states, you can live in different cities, and in fact, you can live in a different country. And I can put you to work.
Oh, that is so wonderful. And we have all of your information on the ticker. So asking everyone to make sure to go to your website. They can follow you on social media. We have everything listed over here. We try not to leave anything out. Your website is on there. And so, and of course, your email. So we're asking people to go on and volunteer. If you're not volunteering in your own area, if you have a little extra time, you are volunteering and you have some extra time, then definitely make sure to reach out to Dr. Somerville as well. And even want to say that you're an amazing speaker. They can ask you to come and speak at a conference, or If they're having a workshop that they need, you can do that. And so making sure that you reach out to Dr. Somerville to definitely if you need in need of a conference speaker or workshop facilitator. She's your girl. She is your girl. And so, you know what? We're encouraging people today to volunteer, get out and get in the community. It's so needed. You have the, the younger kids, a lot of them may not have the mother and the father in their life, grandma's raising them. And, by me being a grandma, I know it's hard. It's tough being a grandma. I mean, we try to hang with the little kids, but sometimes it's a little rough. So I can't imagine, grandma is taking on the full-time responsibility of raising a child. They need our help. So tutoring, I mean, just being a male figure to help take the child to baseball or teach them how to play baseball. I wouldn't turn my kids over to him, but but he could teach in the front yard. He can,
Big brother, you know.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'm just so happy that you are here with us today. I know you said our time is ticking, but you have an event coming up on November 26th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Key One Music and Tall One Outreach Ministries are presenting a benefit concert for Toys for Tots. And it will be featuring Dorinda Clark Cole, uh, Galante Gavin, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and not Cotton Banks. Everybody's seen him on Facebook, comedian. He will be the host. It will be at the Greenville Convention Center at 303 Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, North Carolina. The doors will open at 6 and the show will start at 7 p.m. And for tickets, you can visit www.keyonemusic.com or you can call 252-230-2689. You have my information going across. You can get in touch with me, or Key One number is 919-510-2831. So feel free to call, inbox me, email me. I'll never get tired of hearing from you.
You can hit her up on Facebook. And she answers. She definitely answers. So make sure to definitely hit her up. That's going to be amazing. I'm going to actually check my calendar as well to see if I'm available to make it to that. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful event. And if you're not able to make it, you can always donate.
Yes.
That's a thing. Don't That's a part of community outreach is to donate. So no matter where you're at around the world, we can still use your help in this event. So make sure to do that. Well, our time is gone for today. Will you give us an encouraging word to take us out in maybe 30, 40 seconds?
Yes, I certainly will. I always say my principle for being successful in life is to have faith in God and put all your trust in the Lord. I just believe that. But the number three, I like pray, 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 and love and be happy. And we all must know our self worth. See, that's the problem. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves, but we must realize that the Bible, God doesn't lie. He said we can do all things through Christ. So that's why we need to put all our trust in Him and not man. And if you do that, I can guarantee you will be successful. You will.
Absolutely. Wow, that is so good. And somebody need to hear that today. So thank you so much again, Dr. Mildred Summerville. And I'm just so happy that you were joining us today. I know you're extremely busy, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us right here on Conversations with Dr. Harriet, right here on the Power Network. Now, remember, today only happens once, so make it amazing. Have
Yeah.
a good day. Thank you so much, Dr. Somerville. This has been wonderful.
Welcome, and I definitely a fan of yours as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored.
I was following you when you didn't even know it. So
I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
God be the glory.
God be the glory. Well, everyone, have a good rest of your day, and we will see you next time right here on Conversations with Dr. Harriet. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.